not gonna tempt me.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Right Reality Podcast. My name is Steven.
And my name is Mixie. Steven, we are back, baby. Let's go. Temptation Island on Netflix.
Woo! But, that's me doing the Netflix. But,
I was confused because there's no fucking theme song. There's going to be a lot that we discuss about this. This switch over to Netflix, maybe normal people would think that nothing happened. Things happened.
Things happened. It is the one thing since I started watching these screeners that I've wanted to talk to you about. But
Same.
We've kept our mouth shut.
It's been very difficult because also no one in the universe is watching this show. And we don't want to talk about it because we want to talk about it on here. It's been tough.
I don't want to tell me.
Yeah. Bring it back.
I hope that we get additional episodes and then somehow it's just like dropped in later on. It's just like, oh, there it is. I don't think it's going to happen, but I want it to happen so bad. I really want it to happen.
It plays in my heart when the logo comes up every time, you know? But maybe they didn't get like the licensing from USA.
Yeah, I wonder if USA owns that. Well, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the number one. If this is your first time finding us, welcome to the number one podcast for everything that we do. This time, we are fully immersed in Temptation Island, now on Netflix. Ta-da! I think I'm going to do that probably every time I say that, just so
I
you're
like
aware.
how the tone, the inflection is just not at all correct in how confidently you're doing it.
Ta-da!
No, it's like dun-dun.
No, it's okay. Everybody gets it.
Everybody vote in the comments who did a better Netflix sound.
Whoa.
Engagement, Steven, it's important.
Okay.
And we're going to get engaged in this episode.
All right, I'm going to try it again.
Oh, you're giving it one more? Go ahead.
Boom. You laughed at that?
No, I didn't laugh at that. That was incredible. I was overwhelmed by, I was like,
I have
wait, did we
eyeballs.
just-
I have
did my
eyeballs. I
TV
saw you
just
laugh.
turn on? I didn't mean to turn my TV on.
Disrespectful.
Netflix!
Ba-bum!
Episode 1. Bring on the temptation. We open. We're in helicopters. Netflix already says, budget, bitch.
Oh.
You thought they were going to just walk up on the beach? Absolutely not. Helicopters.
Bleed chop, chopperoo.
Steven, we got to say something now because my phone just lit up. Do you see what?
Oh, our guy, our
We
hero.
love you, Mark. And it's the next note I have. Mark with the razor blue eyes ready to fuck it all up. Him standing there. I mean, stop putting him in direct sunlight, please.
Yeah, please.
And that'll be a comment throughout this entire season.
Please. Can we cool on the reflector directly into Mark's face? Please. There's some PA holding the reflector, like trying to blind Mark throughout this entire season.
The whole season, he's just like, and his eyes are so blue. So like when he does have his eyes open, it's like stunning, but we can barely see it because he's just directly in sunlight.
I could just imagine like them sitting there like, Mark, can you just look this way? And he's like, I can't. You're blinding me. You're blinding me.
It was
Please.
so good to see him. I feel like he might have got new veneers or something. He looks top tier.
My guy, our guy, Mark, is just. They gave us just like a little bit up front. They just like little breadcrumbing us. They're like, ooh, do you like that? Do you like a little topping on your ketchup peps? Do you like just a little bit on it? Great. And then we're gonna take it back, and we're gonna make you wait as we tell you who all these people are, which was great because honestly, it starts with like all 4 of them in 4 different choppers, and I was like, oh, Netflix is Netflixing. We're not just going to have them roll up. No, 4 choppers, and then we're going to film that from another thing, which means they had 5 choppers.
Yes, and probably a drone.
Incredible.
I mean, yeah, the production quality of this has skyrocketed, which we knew it would, but it's a Netflix show now. It is crazy to like think back on last season. Yes. And I kind of loved how shitty it was sometimes. I mean, how many times did we catch cameramen in Temptation Island last season? It's not going to happen this time.
No, they don't allow that on Netflix. No, they don't allow that. That's
also,
not allowed.
Did you see that there's no blocking out of anything? We had logos out the asshole. Everything that I've watched so far, I'm seeing Cheez-Its, I'm seeing Olipop. I mean, they don't give a fuck.
Oh, Olipop was there, and I was like, brand deal with Temptation Island? Shout out.
Maybe. Honestly,
shout out.
Maybe.
Deal with it, Poppy. Deal with it, Poppy. Bad month for Poppy not being on Temptation Island and all that other stuff they're dealing with. Just a real unfortunate set of events here for that.
An absolute blow to the brand for sure. They will not recover from this. And honestly, they shouldn't.
How could you? Honestly, like if you were like, we had an opportunity to get our cans on Temptation Island on Netflix, and then you didn't close the deal, and your like big rival took it out. Terrible.
An absolute fumble. Well, we meet the couples.
We do meet the couples, Mixie. There are 4 couples as there were last year. Yep. And my favorite part about meeting the couples is in all of the edits, they always tell you, hey, here's their problem, and here's how they're going to fuck it up. And I love it. I love it.
Yeah, they do. They put their problem and the thing that they're gonna do during the island that'll just continue to make the problem worse. And they put it on a spoon and they go choo choo right at you.
Well, here we go.
We started with Ashley and Grant. They have trust issues. You know what's a great place to go to when you have trust issues? Temptation Island. I can't see a problem with that at all. Cheating on her after a month of being together. A month.
As it was explained to me, as my note says here, it was 1 month after being exclusive and being like, hey, just you.
He is not hot. First off, I want to be very clear. He is not hot, and he is definitely not hot enough for that kind of action to just be ignored.
Okay.
He looks weird plastic to me.
Oh, he looks a little like...
But not like a Ken doll, because Ken dolls are like quintessential Pookie, right? But this guy is like, do you know how like Big Lots always has like knockoffs of knockoffs?
Jesus
That's
Christ.
This guy.
Jesus Christ.
Grant is a Big Lots Ken doll.
Big Lots boy?
Big Lots boy.
Okay.
Done. Now never referring to him as Grant again. Big Lots boy.
As you will come to understand when you're listening to the number one here, we tend to find a nickname for you if you're on Temptation Island. For about half of you. Mm-hmm. And then you get a nickname, and that's all you are.
We're going to call him Big Lots.
Big Lots
It's
boy.
going to make no sense for the rest of the season, and I don't care.
Nah. And it'll take us a little while to get ramped up here, as we're learning it, because it's definitely not in our notes. I didn't write down Mixie now calls Grant Big Lots
I got to
boy.
go back and change everything to Big Lots.
Yeah, but here's the thing that I respect about Big Lots boy. Big Lots boy... I just, first of all, I just want to say, when Ashley is listening to this and hears Grant being referred to as Big Lots boy, I hope it brings her some hilarious joy.
I really do too. She deserves it.
Shout out. Okay, so after the month of cheating, he then followed her to Greece.
Yes.
And was like, oh, hey, I cheated on you. I'm going to go to Greece to like profess my love, to show you that, hey, I'm serious.
I didn't mean it.
Now, here's the thing. Great idea. Be like, oh, hey, like, I know you're going to Greece, but like, romantic comedy movie. Like, hey, I'm here for you at the airport. Oh my God, I found you in Greece. Oh my God. No, that's not what happened here. He went to Greece so she wouldn't get destroyed by a bunch of hunky Greek men.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He
Let's
Big
call it
Lots
what it
thought
is.
about it.
Yeah.
Googled men in Greece and then
It's
said,
like, uh-oh.
and then cleared the search on Google and then said flights to Greece.
Flights to Greece now.
Yeah.
And gets there and it's like, hey, have any of these gorgeous Greek men touched you yet? Because I want back in. I'm sorry that I cheated, but
After
whatever.
a month. And has a daughter.
Has a daughter, yes.
Ashley's an absolute rocket. And this guy is just fumbling left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Big
I mean,
lots.
listen, I used to write down how old these people are now as a 40-year-old men talking about it. I feel kind of a little bit like Dave Portnoy on BFFs. Like, I kind of have to be careful about like what I'm saying to like 24-year-olds, right?
I think they are.
Yeah, that's about right. And that's, okay. Okay. But I was like, oh, first couple out of the gates, we are strong. Ashley, wow. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Stunning.
I was about to go stunning.
Stunning.
She's stunning.
Stunning.
The eyes. Oh God, we'll get into. Ashley had a great fit later on, and I was just like,
Dude, okay. I've really been liking Ashley's fits, and we're gonna get into. I believe her name is Alexa. I have lovingly coined her as eyebrows. I will be referring to her as eyebrows this entire time. Her eyebrows are so big on her face.
Okay. Eyebrows.
Do you need to look?
And Lino.
Yeah, eyebrows and lion. I don't like but is it Lino?
Sure. Lino. Yeah.
Eyebrows and lion.
Eyebrows and lion?
The letters are there.
Okay.
Are they not? Did I misspell lion?
No, but they're just they're it's a dyslexic lion. It's a dyslexic lion.
Dyslexic lion.
Dyslexic lion and eyebrows.
And eyebrows.
No, we're not doing that. That's too much. I'll never remember that.
I'm doing eyebrows because I literally don't have her name written down anymore.
Okay.
I don't know what happened because I was literally so distracted. They're not. I want to preface. I don't think they're ugly. I don't think they're bad.
Okay.
It just was jarring to me.
Okay.
In my eyes. So she is now eyebrows. What happened with them?
Okay. I'm gonna get that. I'm looking for a photo of eyebrows, and maybe it's weird for me to call her eyebrows. I'm looking at the photo.
Well,
they're
it's my
pretty
fault.
large. They're pretty large. Here's the thing. You know why I didn't notice this? Because I was too busy staring at the rest of her, which is just
Stunning.
oh my God. That they've did a really good job finding a bunch of hot people.
Casting. I thought that too. Also with the singles.
Yeah.
Like these people are not average. And I'm not even saying the people last season were average. They were above average, but barely.
Yeah.
They were hot, but they weren't like some of these are.
Since we're talking about the singles, I'll say this real quick. Some of these, as I was following them on the Instagram, we're following other people we knew. Some of them have been on other shows already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a few that have been on other things like this. There was one that I believe was on that show that was also on USA, but it was on NBC, like the courtship. There was one on that. I think there was somebody from F-Boy Island. There's already been like Too Hot to Handle. I think there was a Too Hot to Handle person in the air.
Really?
I was just like, oh my goodness gracious. We're already like mixing in the pool. They just like went in like the claw machine and like picked out hot people from like all the other like hot shows. And they're like, oh, hey, over to Temptation Island.
You know what I just realized? They're in the Netflix universe.
Oh.
That means that these people can be going on Perfect Match.
Yeah, they probably can be. They probably will be.
They probably will be. That's just a huge pool for them for Perfect Match. We digress. I don't know what happened with Dyslexic Lion and eyebrows. What happened?
They've been together for 3.5 years. He did not have a relationship for longer than 3 months before they got together.
Red flag.
They are gym crushes.
Red flag.
And they've lived in 3 different cities in 3 years, and he follows her around. Now, before you say red flag, I say sweet. This man is going with her as she's moving around to go to school and do all the things. And
yes.
He's just following her along like a little cute puppy and just like, oh, hey, I'll go along with you. Hey,
You know
I'll
what?
go along with you.
At this current state of the show, I agree.
Yes.
We will put a pin in this, and we will talk about this later.
Okay.
But for right now, I agree.
Yes. She was married before. She was married at 21 years old, which is very young for a year. And after that ended, and then she was with Lion, she was exclusive, apparently, with 2 men, which...
That's not how that works.
Not great dater over here, but I know that's not how that works.
That literally contradicts what it is.
I'm gonna go to dictionary.com. Dictionary.com. And I'm going to type in the word exclusive. Okay, let's see. According to Dictionary.com, exclusive, not admitting of something else, incompatible. That's not the one we want here. Limited to the object or objects designated. Okay.
Objects, there's an S.
Shutting out all others from a part or share. Okay, I feel like that's the closest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a great look, eyebrows.
Number 8, single or sole.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think we're all in agreement that that's not cool.
It's not cool. And listen, I get it. Eyebrows is stunning.
Stunning.
And she's like, I mean, she's married. Am I not going to have 2 gentlemen pining after me?
Yeah.
And Lion's like, yeah, that's how this works. I think I was the second choice. And respectively, sir, I think you were too.
Absolutely he was. And also we move on to it's Dante and Shanti?
Shantae and Byron.
Okay, we move on to Byron and Shanti. Shantae. He's in the opposite boat. He picked another girl and then came back for her. Now,
he did do that.
That's a huge W for her. Like, he came back. But that's when you go, Mr. Chance, sir, toodaloo.
Bye-bye.
But she didn't do that. And now there's, like, weird things because of it. But that's, like, what happens. There's stuff like this that when it happens, unfortunately, you can't go back from it.
No, and that's kind of, it seems
builds.
to be the issue with all 3 of these couples is, like, something happened, and they're all like, okay, well, yeah, I guess I'll just keep going with this because I put in, like, a couple months of my time. And I don't want to waste a couple months of my life at the age of 23, which seems like an eternity. Here, I'll give you some advice. Waste away. Just let it go. Because if not, you're going to be on Temptation Island for our viewing pleasure, and people are going to call you Eyebrows and Lion.
Yeah, and it's not going to end well for you.
No. Okay, so Byron and Shantae, he literally said out loud, I need to learn how to control my sexual desires and be more emotionally connected, and then I need to show it. And he's also a big-time flirt. And he's ready to show her that he's not a flirty boy. Guess what, Mix? That ain't going to happen.
I can't believe it. You think he can't do it?
Ah.
What?
Not going to happen. He also wants her to be more sexual. Guess what? Not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
So,
again,
I don't know.
I would argue that all of these couples' issues are not fixable.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you did not join us
especially on Temptation Island.
Yeah, if you did not join us last year for Temptation Island, one of Mixie's go-to phrases when it comes to Temptation Island is the following. Just break up.
Just break up.
Just break up. And as you saw right there, as you continue this journey with Temptation Island here on the number one, you will learn there are many different iterations on how we say, just break up. It will probably never be the same way more than once.
I wouldn't think so because there's so many different ways to just express fucking don't be together.
Just break up.
Just break up.
Yeah. You know, like, it's okay.
And that goes into this last couple, Tyler and Taylor. When Tyler was talking, I was just like, this guy 100% came on this show so he wouldn't have to break up with her.
Oh, okay.
He is using this show to break up with her. You could tell he wants to, but he like feels bad.
Yeah.
So he's going to just, as maybe he does, he's going to just kind of swap places with a different girl, you know?
Yeah.
He's just going to slide her out and put a new one in, and then she's going to see it, and he's not going to have to really do anything.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry.
To break up.
Yeah. Ooh, I like the way you're going about it with that. I really do. Like, she She said, I'm scared to leave him alone. Let me just say, I've heard what I need to hear. Just break up. Just break up. He met her while she was with his now ex-wife. I guess they were in a bar together.
Again, a swap.
Swapped. You've been swapped once. You've been swapped
A swap,
once.
and now we're going to swap again.
Yeah. And some would say, if it happened once to somebody else, you should see the pattern coming. But that's fine, Taylor. That's fine. You share a name with my girl T Swift, so I'm going to let it slide. Also, you're very attractive. So again, you can get away with stuff with me and with the general public because you're attractive. He was living a, quote, adventurous, end quote, lifestyle as a model.
The adventurous lifestyle part, Steven, I was dying.
Through you.
All he did was just describe a fuckboy.
Yes.
Sports car, lived in a high rise, no job but a modeling, and it's freeing.
Can I say, Tyler is an absolute star. I love him. I love him. I love him so much. I love him so much.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's great.
I like him a lot. He's not my favorite guy on the show.
No.
But he's probably my favorite male single. Or I guess non-single.
I want to make this very clear. When we say we like you, as a TV personality, somebody to entertain us, I like you.
Yeah, that is.
Like
we do not just hand that shit out.
No.
But yeah, no. I feel strongly that Tyler came on this show to break up with her, but not have to actually do it.
Yeah, and now that you say that, it makes more sense because she was saying she doesn't feel safe and secure. Gee, I wonder why. A month into being exclusive, he was more needy, he said, and quote, my guy is already full Netflix corporate, quote, fell into temptation, end quote. And I'm like, nice.
He is the perfect person for production. They are 100% feeding him shit, and he's just fucking delivering it.
He loves it.
No
he loves
second
it so
thought.
Much. Yeah, he was married at 18. He brought, like, the marriage ended, and all his friends or family were like, hey, just date around. Don't like get right into something else. And he's like, yeah, fuck all of you. I'm not listening to any of that. Okay?
Oh boy.
Mixie, now we get to the rules. This is one of my favorite parts of the entire season of Temptation Island.
Oh yes, the rules.
Mr. Markey Mark looks at everybody and goes, hey, listen, we got some rules to go over.
I know you can see me. I can't see you. The sun is right here, but you
I'm
tell me.
blinded. I know you're in front of me somewhere, but I can't see shit right now. Okay? I would like to know, do you guys have any rules? Did you set up any rules with each other before coming on Temptation Island? And they're all like, oh, yeah, sure. So Ashley and Big Lots Boy, God, hilarious. The rules are, we're just not going to touch anybody. And I'm like, okay. Sure.
Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times.
I give it 3 episodes. Sure. Not going to touch
too
anyone.
many.
Okay.
That's too many.
Okay. Tyler and Taylor, nothing physical because they are here to they're not here to explore anything physical, Mixie.
Yeah.
Just emotionally. And she would like you to know that she has the shirt and doesn't need that. And I go, I wouldn't say that out loud on national television.
And then he agreed with her.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, she's good.
Yeah. She's basically what you've said is, I've been around the block. I don't need to bang anybody else.
And he's basically high-fiving her
He's
for
like,
it.
hey, remember all the banging you did? Hey, high five.
Nice.
Fucking
sick, dude.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Remember all that banging? I'm trying to catch up because I was married young. High five.
And then Eyebrows and Dyslexic Lion,
Jesus
they
Christ.
don't have
Nothing. There are no rules. And you know what? I fucking like it.
If you're gonna do it, do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Lean into it.
To come on this show with the agreement that you're not touching or kissing or any of this shit, and then you know it's going to inevitably happen, it's going to cause more problems. Just be like, we're already going on a show that is set up for us to cheat on each other.
Yes.
Let's just cheat on each other and figure it out afterwards.
Because here's the thing. if you set the rules about going on Temptation Island, which is basically, as you said, you're going on there to be like, oops, I cheated on you. How about we don't make another set of rules that's like, oop, I cheated on you, and I also didn't listen to the rules that we both agreed to.
I'm sorry, you cannot come on this show with rules. It's just never going to end well for you. It's never going to end well.
I wonder if they're like, okay, I think when they do these, it's like, okay, what would you like the rule to be? And she's like, I don't want you to touch anybody. He's like, okay, yeah, I would like the same for you. Can we revisit what we just said? I don't want you to say, am I allowed to touch one person? And she's no, nobody.
It's always so funny to me too, because I feel like most of these girls came here so that their guys could prove, right,
Yes.
that they wouldn't fall into temptation.
Yes.
But then they gave them a rule that they can't fall into temptation. So they're not proving anything to you. You're telling them they aren't allowed to do something. You know what I mean?
Well, I what I like, but I also hate about the rules is that the rules are like what you would say at like a middle school dance.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
leave room for Jesus.
Yeah. Leave room for Jesus. And they're like, we're on Temptation Island. Like, I'm going to touch somebody.
Yeah.
Like, can we make it that I don't like bang? Like, is that okay? Like, if I make out a little bit?
All of the girls just walked up in a single file slow-mo line with a solid 1.5-minute compilation and dropped robe. And you're telling me I can't, like, touch them? This is just in front of you right now.
This is awful. Be like, hey, you remember you just started that diet like 5 minutes ago? Welcome to the Win Buffet. There's an omelet bar. There's prime rib. There's turkey like it's fucking Thanksgiving. There's crab legs. But remember, you're on a diet.
Yep.
So fuck you.
You can look, but you cannot touch. And also, can I just say, all of these women coming up in these red robes and lining up behind Mark, it was like he was like a cult leader.
I loved every second of it.
It was like, awesome.
Look at my women.
Yeah.
Look at my women. They're all wearing the same robe. When I snap my fingers, they will disrobe. Enjoy, gentlemen. Enjoy.
Literally. The compilation, though, of the girls and then the guys, too, like, so funny. This is like quintessential Netflix. This is the stuff that we're going to start talking about. These slow-mo, like, spins. I was just sitting there like, they, for an hour, went to each one of these girls and each one of these guys and had them wink and flip their hair and all of this shit right in front of these people.
I honestly, because we're on a time crunch here for what we're doing with our episodes, I could spend 6 hours talking about all of these singles. It was great. The ones that I want to mention were the ones that jumped off the camera at me.
Yep.
And I have 3 of the ladies. I don't know who you have. So here are my 3.
I have one guy.
Okay. You have one guy. Okay.
Yep. I also have Yams, but I'm sure Yams is yours.
Yes. Thanksgiving bringing the yams is a phenomenal line.
Because I'll be serving all the yams.
Oh.
And then Mark saying, let's give thanks.
Yes.
Let's take a moment to give thanks.
Yes. Yes.
This is peak Mark Wahlberg, guys. We are seeing electric Mark Wahlberg.
He was just like, I've been out of the game for about a year, and now you're letting me back in with a Netflix budget. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
And while we're here,
Yeah.
let us give thanks to this episode's Ass of the Week, Miss Yams.
Ass of the week. Ass of the week. Ass of the week.
I don't know Miss Yam's real name. I have no idea what her name is. I will only be referring to her as Miss Yams from now on out. And congratulations for having some delicious yams. Here's the thing. I don't eat yams Thanksgiving.
I don't even know what yams are.
They're sweet potatoes.
But then why aren't they just called sweet? You know what? We're on a time crunch. Who else?
Okay. The other one that jumped out was Alexa. said the following thing out loud in front of television cameras when there was a microphone. She said, "My guilty pleasure is sucking dick."
Yep.
This is the type of energy I need from my people on Temptation Island. Take note, future cast members.
You know,
Be more like Alexa.
That girl knows what she's doing.
Amazing.
I don't think a girl could say, like, do an intro better than that.
I was just like, what? I didn't hear that right. I literally wound and I was like, I feel like she said out loud that my favorite guilty pleasure is S-ing a D. And then I replayed it and I was like, oh, no, that was...
And she also...
That was right.
She said it with her chest. She didn't say, my guilty pleasure is blowjob. She was like, my guilty pleasure is sucking dick.
Just taking it all.
Full out. All of it.
Say it with your chest. Say it with
She
your
said
chest.
it with her chest and her throat
Hey.
wide open. Mouth wide open. Mouth wide open.
Listen, Alexa, I don't know where you live, but if you're ever in the greatest Los Angeles area and you're like, oh my God, what's happening? Like, I feel like I need a guilty pleasure. DMs are open. DMs are
Steven
open.
is here to help you.
Here, I'm just a man of the people. What can I say?
You know, and it's completely at your discretion. You can make that call,
Respectfully.
but just
With
know
consent.
that there's always a person available if needed.
Yeah.
And that's honestly so nice of you, Steven. You're a giver.
Listen, I'm sure you have a deep roster. How many of them are celebrities that have their own podcast? Just saying. Just saying. Maybe you want to tick that box off your bucket list. You know, podcaster. Boom. Done. Congratulations. Here you go.
Done. Okay, who's your last girl?
K is everything. That's all I wrote down was K is everything. Him saying thank you, dear, to her, I was like, oh, it's on.
Oh, yeah. No, I knew it was on with those two as well. I will also say this episode, really liked her. There's some things that happened that I'm like, ugh. But like this episode, when she started coming out and started doing her thing, I was like, shit, I'm K and K is me.
On this episode,
Every
or the
mix
next
begins
episode?
with K. And yes, on this episode 1, I felt very much like we were kindred spirits.
Got it.
But none of that mattered to me because Danny. Danny. With the fucking mohawk. Mm-hmm. This kid, if it popped up that he was 19 years old, I would have been like, that makes sense. Way too young. Way too young to be on this show. But everything he does is amazing. He's my favorite. He's my favorite on the show, hands down.
Really?
Every time he comes on screen, I am up on my feet going, Mohawk! Mohawk! Mohawk. I love him.
Mohawk!
Literally. I love him.
Oh, God.
I love him so much. Mohawk, Mohawk, Mohawk. Every time Mohawk's on camera, it's amazing. I love Mohawk. He's incredible. And I really hope this works out for Mohawk. Whatever Mohawk wants is top importance for me. I just want him to be happy.
Yeah, that's all we want for our friends.
Great
on Temptation
eyes.
Island. We just want them to be happy boys. You know what I mean?
He's a young Mark, a little bit, I think, you know? As we get
okay.
into other episodes, I feel like he's got a little bit of that Mark care and sparkle to him. I love him. Also, I want to note the addition of these bracelets, 15 out of 10.
What a great move from them is doing something like this, because it causes them to like already be like,
shit,
I want to bang.
Yeah. And then like, I think it was Logan might have been his name. He walked up and gave the bracelet to Ashley and said something like, you made a mistake bringing your girl here.
Yes.
Like shit like that.
Yeah.
Give me that shit.
Yeah.
On a silver platter.
I wanted to hear all of the lines from them. And honestly, if I was up there, I'd be like, bro, here's my problem, Mix. I don't know who I would have picked. If I was one of the gentlemen,
out of them?
I really don't know. I really don't know.
I would have picked Tyler.
Okay. I can see that. I would have been split between Ashley and Taylor, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
I know your type so well.
With Alexa being like a close
eyebrows.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just like a little different, but she's like, here's the thing, she's like an itty bitty teeny tiny thing, and
yes,
I enjoy that.
Eyebrows gives me needy girlfriend vibes, but I don't know if that's the case or not. Okay. I don't know if that's just dyslexic lion being incorrect and dyslexic, or if it's true.
Full disclosure, he's not dyslexic. Okay.
No, I mean, maybe he is. We don't know.
Okay.
I'm dyslexic because I don't know how to say the name properly, so I'm calling him lion.
On the gentleman's side, there was a gentleman who went up, very first guy, and said something. His name is, I think it's Yemen?
Oh, I like him, yes.
Mixie, did you clock what the very first single man was doing? What he was sporting, some might say.
No.
Mixie, our guy Yemen, the first guy to walk up and hand out the bracelet, was rocking
a dangle earring?
Dangle cross.
As soon as I said no and I saw your face, I was like, fuck, he has a dangle cross, doesn't he?
Dangle
cross. He does.
Dangle
You're
cross.
Right. Dangle
and I was
cross.
Like, thank God for casting. Thank God for casting.
They had to replace the Sebi earring. They had to do it.
Had to.
Ugh.
Electric. We got a dangle cross. Now, for those of you who don't know, Mixie, would you like to give your statement if this is your first time finding us on the number one? Like, Mixie has a very good scientific stance on dangle crosses and what they mean.
I do have a dangle cross theory that is still to this day God damn it. Now again, I lost the word. Undefeated.
Okay.
You know how 2 + 2 = 4? So, man plus single dangling cross earring equals fuckboy.
Yes, it does.
And that equation is solid, foolproof.
It's like one of the basic rules of math and science.
It is. It's math, science, and fuckboy equations.
Yes.
And that one is what it's all based off of. It's a foundational equation.
I would like to say that I think ladies have come to find this out. And gentlemen have had to like rework the way that they hide the fact that they're a fuckboy, right?
Yes.
Because the dangle cross is just like this like literal like blinking red light of fuckboyness, right? And the ladies have figured it out by our help here at the number one, right?
Yes.
And so the gentlemen all like convened. There was like a big Zoom call with all of us, and they were like, "Hey, if you're a fuckboy, you can like stay on the call. If you're not a fuckboy, leave." And I was just like, "I'm gonna pretend because I want to know what's going on."
Yeah.
And so I stayed, and they were like, "Okay, we need to figure out a new way of like letting people know we're fuckboys, but like secretly, so like we can see each other at the club." And we're like,
"Yep," and we can nod each other.
Yeah, and we'll be like, "What's up, bro?" Whatever we do as fuckboys, you know, they do the So and then we have like we're all wearing the same type of hats. It's not the same hat, but they're the same type of hat. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like you see the hat, and you're like, fuckboy hat. So I think they've switched from dangle cross to tiny little tattoos everywhere. Not big tattoos, but just like little lines, like little things, little objects.
Okay. I like the thought process here. I would need to do some hypothesizing and some experimentation with this.
Yes, there's a guy Logan on this season.
Yes.
Who has a bunch of them and is giving fuckboy energy.
Oh, he is quintessential fuckboy Pookie.
And I'm just like, oh, this is the new thing. Yeah, it's just like symbols. I'm looking at it right now. One of them is just a spider. It's just a spider.
I just feel like he kind of like got high and doodled on his arm, and then somebody like tattooed it. You know, that's kind of the energy.
I get
it, but doesn't care. You know,
yeah.
Life isn't that serious, you guys.
Whoa, I'm 22. Whoa.
let's just like draw a spider that we thought of in our head and then get it tattooed on our bodies forever. Because fuck it.
I don't want like a full sleeve or anything like that, but
Literally. I will also think, as of right now, it's funny you said tiny tattoos. My thought process were those massive, like, chest plate tattoos that are just like a bunch of colors and lines that you're like, what is that?
I can't. I will never get a tattoo. I can't do it. And like, listen,
I respect it, and sometimes they are beautiful.
Yeah.
But like, I think these massive chess pieces that these guys are getting, that you, unless you're like in it, like, you really don't know what it is. It's like you're kind of tripping a little bit, trying to figure out what the fuck they got tattooed on their chest.
Yes.
I think it's tiny. I'm gonna look more into the tiny line tattoos versus the big chest pieces.
I think once you see it, you'll notice it and you'll be like, oh yeah, oh, okay. And then you'll see other people. Maybe there's people we follow on our at the right reality on Instagram, and you'll be like, oh, this person has tiny. Oh yeah, yep, that tracks. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is more to this episode, but honestly, I will say, at least for me, I'm skipping all of the sad shit and I'm skipping all the emotional stuff. So sad goodbyes, don't really give a shit. Picking the first dates in front of each other, whatever. It was very predictable. Mm-hmm. Everyone that got picked, it made complete sense. End of episode.
I also like when they do the picking of the dates, like everybody under their breath. Of them? Yeah, all the under the breath talking like, I knew he was going to pick her. I knew he was going to pick her.
What color is he even wearing, bro?
Yeah.
Like, who dressed that motherfucker?
What's that? And they're like, you're good, bro. He's weird. And like all the guys who got dates with our like lead women, I love how they all like, sup, bro? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she thinks we're hot. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
We got picked. Sup? Shouldn't have left your women over here. Ha! Ha! As they go to say goodbye before they do the dates, I do want to say this. This is the last comment here for episode 1. They go to say bye, and everybody is very sad, very emotional. Oh, I love you. Like, we'll get through this. It's going to be okay. I believe in you. I think it was something that one of them said to the others. I'm like,
don't give up on me.
Yeah, don't give up. I was like, what? They're not going in front of a firing squad.
Yeah,
they're not going off to war.
Yep.
They're going on Temptation Island, which honestly might be worse than war for some of these men. Like,
yeah.
Like,
I think I'd rather go to war.
They're saying goodbye, and my guy Byron, who all the other guys are having like a tender embrace moment, is looking at his girl, and's like, "Hey, Shantae, I'm just gonna blow stuff out of your face right now." You have stuff in your. You got a little.
That's love.
It's like, what is he doing? He looks like he could not wait any longer to get out of her vicinity.
Yes. And at least Tyler kind of hit it a little bit, but I also, I don't know if you caught it, but he kept like looking.
He's
like he was talking to Taylor and then kind of like kept looking at all these girls.
He's like just like turning her sideways to see where is she? Oh, what's up, girl? What's up, girl? I still can't get over the fact that when they were handing out the things, Kay put it on and he said, "Thank you, dear." And she's like, "What the fuck did you say?" Yeah. And he's like, "What are you talking about? You said thank you, dear." No, I didn't. Oh, I have ears. I heard exactly what you said. You said, "Thank you, dear." Yep. And when they picked, she's like, "Oh, I knew it. I knew it." Well, I mean, again.
Exactly. We're doing a switcheroo. We are Indiana Jones with the rock and the jewel right now.
I mean, I don't want to say it like this, but you know, maybe you were a 2022 Hyundai Sonata, and he's like, "Oh, a 2025 Hyundai Sonata. I love Sonatas. I love Hyundai.
They're really reliable cars."
Not sponsored. This is not an ad for Hyundai Sonatas, but you know,
might be right, Steven. You might be right.
Like, oh, that you have the same shape, same body type, all this, just whoop, 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 whoop. So, Incredible first episode of Temptation Island. I love it so much. I cannot wait to do more. If you're watching here on YouTube, this will be the end of the first episode. Episodes 2, 3, 4, all of them are almost going to be ready for you. So be sure to click on our profile. Go watch the new episode.
Subscribe so you don't miss a video. Ring that bell.
Turn the notifications on. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Don't forget to engage in the comments.
Hell yeah. And if you're on the show, follow us back on Instagram.
Yes.
Some of
We
you
would love
already
to
have.
chat with you guys too. We're going through these episodes, but we would love to have a little hangout with some of the peeps if you guys want to. So hit us up.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you guys at episode 2.
See ya.
Bye.